we are the early adopter and go-to people of the industry. We are positive, we are smart, we are enthusiastic, and we are upbeat. And it's a big pleasure that a person with one of the best first names of the world is today presenting Colombia, which is also one of my favorite destinations. I was there several times, great people. So Daniel, the stage is yours, and I'm very, very keen to learn more from you about Colombia. You are muted, Daniel.
Good morning. How are you? Good afternoon, because now you are in the around 7 p.m.
Yes, here is 7 p.m., but it depends. I think for Manolo, it's 12 o'clock.
Okay.
That's right, 12 o'clock.
And for Erica, it's 3 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
You see, we are a global community, so it's a clock somewhere. So we don't know.
Okay.
We are working 24 time zones.
Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. Did you see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay. You know, it's my first time when I use Team to do a presentation. So what do I have to do? I have to, okay, configuration.
Go to the button which shows a square with an arrow going into it.
Okay.
And press it once. And then you will have several options. And I tell you, the best to pick is actually the most left-hand side option, which says desktop screen 1.
Okay.
And then you just go to PowerPoint and open your presentation, and we can all see it.
Okay. Did you see my screen?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Not yet.
I need to entitle him to give a presentation. I don't know.
No. Just has to click on.
Okay. No. I found what is happening. I have to allow the computer to show my screen.
Daniel, your computer, is it switched on?
It's an Apple.
Is switched on the computer?
Oh,
Maybe it's in the back. I'm just checking.
Okay, hold on.
Hey, Daniel, what happened with your Frankfurt background? You changed it to
I know. I make the happy hour background, but you know that Berlin Airport is closed from 15 June on, so that's why I give you a bit the feeling of Berlin Airport, the old one or the current one.
So now I do Frankfurt if you missed it.
Okay. I have to do something with my. Okay, I see now. This is the.
Actually, we are experiencing this a lot, lately. We had 2 or 3 calls where every presenter had an issue with opening the presentation, actually. Teams is not so ideal, actually.
Oh, firewall privacy. I have to find Teams in security and privacy.
You spoke about Berlin Airport. The new one is not open.
The new one is going to open in October, and the current one will be closed on 15 June. Because we have 15 flights a day, so that doesn't make sense to operate the current airport anymore. So that's why if you want to fly to Berlin, you go to the Eastern German airport, Schönefeld, which is not Berlin, it's in Brandenburg.
Yeah, I used to fly to Tegel.
Yeah, Tegel is the real Berlin airport. Also the new airport is also not in Berlin, it's in Eastern Germany. So that's why in Berlin we don't have any problem opening airports. The Eastern Germans problem.
It has been already 3 or 4 years delay, no?
No,
The new
8.
one.
8 years. Only 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 2 Olympic Games in between. Come on, and 2 World Cup and so on. Good things take a while, as we say in German.
Yeah. So now they know how to switch off the lights or not? Because I remember years ago they said they didn't know how to switch off the lights. No,
I don't
The
know.
airport, or was
Ask questions. I don't know.
that? No, I heard about that several years ago. No, that there were so many problems because it was such an intelligent building that it was the problem. No.
So as I got the presentation from Daniel too, I will also open now my computer and maybe I start to share it from my computer.
I forgot the presentation, Daniel.
I got it, yeah. That's why I'm always asking. The only guys who were not sending it were the Swiss guy. So there I was not the backup, but it was a good presentation at the end. So John and Daniel did a good job. So
You should have signed an NDA prior to the call, then you would have got it, I bet.
Colombia, here we are.
Chicos, me pilláis en una reunión de Teams. Lo siento. Mira, ahí estoy. Venga, un abrazo. Pasadlo bien. Hasta ahora. Chao.
Okay, I believe I already fixed the problem. Did you see my screen? Do you see my screen?
Not now. I saw something for a moment. Magical realism.
Yes.
Okay. Now?
No.
Something's coming.
Seeing something.
Ya viene.
Screen.
Now?
It's white.
It's a snowstorm in Colombia.
Whatever the snow is.
Whatever you mean with a snowstorm.
No.
Well, I said already last time it will be only white slide. So.
Okay. Did you see? Did you see the screen? Do you see the screen?
It's a white one.
White one.
It represents very well Colombia.
Now we see it, Manolo. Oh, Daniel.
Yes.
Now it's okay.
Hold on. And now
we see your seguridad y privacidad.
Oh gosh. Do you see the screen?
No. Now we see your screen where says seguridad y privacidad. Estás en la página de accesibilidad. Eso
okay.
I'm now sharing again my screen.
Yeah, Daniel, we can see yours. That's good.
I'm now sharing my screen, Daniel.
Yeah, now ahora pone Colombia.
That's my screen. That is Daniel's screen. Okay.
You've got very, very cleaned up desktop, Daniel.
Okay, can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, good morning. hopefully I will be able to present in English. This is my first time since the last maybe 5 years or something. So I will try to do my best. And this is me. I have a company and I'm working to helping the companies to detect the patterns, to make strategic decisions. And this is my timeline for you to know me better. I started as a fighter and a transport pilot from 1976 to 2004. Then I went to study logistics, a master's degree in logistics science from 1997 to 1998 in the US. After that, I built a forecasting model to understand how the aircraft spare parts behave from 1998 to 2004. Then I built an aviation accident model from 2000 to 2004. And then I implement the ISO 9001 at the MRO when I was the base commander, so the leader of the MRO. Then I built strategy maps from 2004 to 2008. And this part, I did most of them when I was working at the Air Force. Then I continued working outside of the Air Force doing strategy maps. Then I worked with Embraer to help them to structure the aerospace industry, defense, and high technology sector of Colombia. And I worked from 2008 to 2012. Then I went to study, to work with digital marketing with a company in Canada. Then I came back to the aviation sector and I built a training platform to help the companies to understand how they can build the strategy. Then I have been working with the civil authority to help them to harmonize the regulations. Now I have a platform with a challenge to help the aviation to fight against the COVID-19 as a global aviation challenge. And I'm doing webinars every week. I'm working on cash flow, strategy, leadership, and motivation. But before I start to present my information, I ask you to bring something that you smell and that you like to smell. Did you bring this smell or something like this with you? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to do this because that will help to remember what I explained to you during this meeting. So what I'm trying to do is every time you smell the piece of perfume or something like this that you bring to the meeting, you will remember what I have been explaining you here about Colombia. Now I want to start. How do you feel? Do you feel well?
Absolutely.
We felt phenomenal.
Okay. And how are your physical health?
Perfect.
How is your physical health?
Perfect.
Very good.
And what about your family? Are they fine?
For the time being, yes.
Okay. And during those days when we were in quarantine, what do you listen?
We were listening to the nice conversations of the virtual happy hour participants.
Okay. Okay. My intention when participating in this kind of event is to inspire other people who share their knowledge to generate a different options, perspective, and points of view that allow us to achieve our dreams, find opportunities, and solve doubts in crisis, knowing that we are all part of a system. This is the reason because I'm here, and I am representing here my family, my beautiful family, with the brown hair coat is my wife, Alexandra. To the left, Nicolas, he is 16 years old. To the right side of Nicolas is myself. To the right of my wife is Daniela. She's 25 and she's studying art. And she's a very special person, as well as Nicolas. And Santiago, he's working in Qatar Airways, and he has been, now he's flying Airbus A350. And Clara is Santiago's girlfriend. And I'm also here to represent the aviation industry in my country because we need to understand how can we solve the problem that we have in this crisis to fly again. And Colombia keeps moving forward. And if you want to visit what Colombia is offering you in and all the different countries, you can visit this website. And Colombia is here. We are in the north of South America. And here is the Central America, the United States and Canada and Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, Argentina, Chile. And those are our statistics related to the COVID-19. Those statistics belong to May 31st. We had 29,383 confirmed cases. There were 8,543 people recovered, and there were 939 people dead. Most of the COVID-19 people affected are between 20 to 59 years old. And the COVID-19 is affected more to the main site. And we have COVID-19 all over the country, but there are some places where we don't have this virus yet, and hopefully we are not going to have it in the future. This is our country. We have 48 million people. 51% are women and 49% are men. And from 0 to 14 years, there are 22.6%. From 15 to 65, 68%, and over 65 years, 9%. And this is the way how the population is distributed and how the population distribution changed through the years. Now we have less young people. And this is what we are exporting. Mainly we are focusing on petroleum oils and coal. And we are also doing an important job for travel and tourism. We are also working with information technology. We are also working with transportation. And we also have coffee, bananas, palm oil, flowers, and maybe you know the Colombian flowers all around Europe.
Yes.
And we also have gold. We are doing something with something that we extract from the petroleum oils, and we are exporting polymers, propylene, and we are also producing some cars parts, and we are importing many chemical products. We are importing television and computers and toys and health supplies. And we are also importing a piece of cars and accessories and car parts. And we are also importing some corn, soya. We are also importing some shoes. The airplane that we are using, most of them come from the US and France. And we are also importing cotton and some chemicals that we need to perform the petroleum industry that we are working on. And as you see, we are importing 42.3 billions and we are exporting 53.2 billion. So it's almost in the same place. So we are importing a little bit more than we are exporting. For my presentation, I will focus mainly on tourism, and we have some beautiful places that you should decide to visit as soon as the COVID-19 crisis stops. You can go to Cartagena. You can go to Cartagena, Bogotá, which is the place where I'm living right now, San Andres Island, which is close to Nicaragua, Medellin, and Cali. And about Cartagena, is a beautiful place. It's a colonial architecture. We have many cruises coming to Cartagena. We have a very nice place for events, and we are also receiving every year the International Film Festival. We have also sailing, and if some of you are planning to marry, you can go and stay your dream honeymoon.
Daniel, I have a question on that. I'm always hearing in the past that the most beautiful Colombian women coming from Medellin or Cartagena. So what is your opinion on that?
Maybe Medellin. Medellin has more beautiful women because in Cartagena you will find women from different places from the country and from other countries. So it's a mix.
But Medellin is also the main area for, let's say, one of the most export goods of the country, isn't it? If you understand what I mean.
Medellin is very well known because it's working for the last maybe 15 years to be a technology hub. And this is why many people know Medellin. So there is a lot of technology companies and people working down there.
It's not plata or plomo?
In the past, are you talking?
Yes.
So in the past, Medellin was terrible when we get Pablo Escobar with the narco traffic. But after so many years, now we have a different Medellin. And it's a nice place, and you have to visit. It's very, very nice place. It's a very nice place.
Yeah, I also recommend to go to Colombia. Great people. I always felt very phenomenal, and it's a good place on earth.
Thank you. Okay, we also have Bogotá, and Bogotá has a nice museum. It's the capital. The Gold Museum is very well known all around the world. And you find many different pieces of gold. We also have a cultural center that the name is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, that maybe you know him. He's one important writer. a Nobel. He won a Nobel Prize. We also have the Botero Museum, that you know Botero because he has a lot of art all around the world. And we have a National Theater de Colón in the center of Bogota. In Bogota, you can find many different places. Gastronomy is a very good place if you want to try different food. And also you have a shopping center. If you want to find many things, you can go and shop down there. We have like 9 million people in Bogota. The traffic is not very good, but you can ride your bike. Because of the crisis now, we have many roads that we can use the bike to go from one place to another place, and I believe that will be in the same way in the future. We also have San Andres Island. Say again. Okay, San Andres is a place between Cartagena and Costa Rica or Nicaragua. And there is a small island close to San Andres. The name is Johnny Key, and you can go there to pass the day and to have lunch. You can also practice some sports in San Andres. And there are beautiful places that you can see inside the sea or outside. And also Medellin, as Daniel was talking, Medellin is a worldwide hub of innovation. Medellin is well known because of the food. There is also antique places. There is a, ¿cómo se dice lo de las flores?
Flower market.
Is the city of the flowers, and every year they have like a festival, and you can see you can see many different type of flowers. And also Botero, the artist from Colombia, he born in Medellin. So there are many places that remind you that he belonged to that city. Also, Cali is a beautiful place. If you want to dance again and to try salsa, you have to go to Cali. And Cali also has some exotic fruits. The name is Chontaduro. Chontaduro is a beautiful, it's not beautiful, it tastes very good. Okay, and about the aviation current situation and reactivation, we have some 4 main phases that the President of Colombia is working on every day. There was a preparation time between January to March. Then there was a contagion part. Actually, I have been in quarantine for maybe 70 days or something. So it's a lot. But we can go and walk around the building where I'm living, and we have permission to go to the supermarket to buy the food, and that's all. And the first contagion phase was from March 11 to April 27. Then it was the mitigation, the quarantine continued until June the 1st. Now there are many business open, and they will be approved to open as soon as they comply with some protocols, safety protocols. And we believe that at the end of June, most of like 75% of the business will be open. And then after I make a mistake, it's July 1st to September 1st, will be a new phase called post-pandemia. And Okay, and the first contagion and mitigation was quarantine, and now we are living the intelligent isolation. During this period of time, we have been doing repatriation flights from the very beginning, and we are still doing the same. We are doing cargo and humanitarian flights from the very beginning until today. Local flights will be approved on request by mayors of the cities in Colombia. And I believe that will happen at around mid of June. And international flights will be approved until September the 1st. Actually, you can buy tickets right now to fly to Colombia after September the 1st. And September the 1st is the time where the government says the health emergency completes and everything will become normal. Okay, during this crisis operation, we have been flying 5,168 aerial operation, moving cargo. And we have been transporting food, the primera necesidad, ¿cómo se dice? The first necessity products, health supplies, and everything related to health was being moving with the airplanes. We have a control board to follow the aeronautical operation, and we have been transporting 1,200 tons, 4 tons inside the country and 1,200 outside the country, mainly from Bogota and Rio Negro, which is the international airport close to Medellin. We have around 68 airports around the country, and mainly all the airports are being used to move cargo inside the country. Okay, and the flights, we have cargo flights, humanitarian flights, ambulance flights. We have flights to move money, flights to support the energy industry or energy sector, and flights to support the military forces. And the aeronautical infrastructure, we have 68 airports, and all of them are ready to start operations. They are building the safety protocols to allow the people to get in and fly again. Based on this situation, I have been working with the challenge that I present you in the beginning. I have a platform, and I am inviting people every week to discuss issues and how do we have to do to start operations, aerial operations again. And I try to do a summary of what am I doing. I am working on how are we going to generate demand again? Because if we cannot generate demand, the rest of the opinions will not move. We have a plan. In 2019, we moved 41 million passengers, and our plan is in 2030 to move 100 million passengers. In cargo, in 2019, we moved 0.84 million tons, and we plan to move in 2030 1.6 million tons. The airspace is other part of the system that is very important, because based on what the people is studying or researching, we can improve taxi from 0.2 to 8.5 minutes. We can increase capacity if we
If I were you,
have the whole
instead of
technology.
sitting here, I would go and throw everything out,
Better
all the
after
suites,
hours.
everything. Put an end to it. If you
And
don't
with
believe
this
it should be
capacity,
there.
we can
What is the point of having
improve
it?
flight time to
I
11
don't
minutes.
want it.
And we can
I want to see it.
Martin, can you
save
mute?
fuel
But the dark chocolate is
for
mine,
all
nobody else's.
every airplane in the airspace. So we believe that this is something that we must focus, because that will help the companies to reduce the operational costs. Also, we have 60 airports, and we are, based on the statistics before the COVID-19, 9 airports are moving 93% of passengers in our country, and those are the airports. Bogota is the one that moves most of the passengers, then Rio Negro, which is close to Medellin, Cartagena, Cali, Barranquilla, which is very close to Cartagena, San Andres, which is the island that I showed you in photos, Santa Marta, that is very close to Cartagena and Barranquilla, Bucaramanga, and Pereira. Before the COVID-19, we have been working with 36 airlines from all around the world, and in Colombia we have 5 main airlines. Avianca Avianca has been flying for almost 100 years, or for more than 100 years. We have a piece of LATAM here in Colombia. We also have Viva Colombia, EasyFly, and Satena, which is the government airline. We have 2 MRO. One is for Avianca and the other one is SIAC, that belong also to the government and is being managed by the Air Force people. And related to the manufacturers, as I told you in the beginning, I have been working for some years to understand how the industry can be developed. And now the government, at the end of 2019, they put some money to start identifying potential opportunities for the companies here in Colombia. And they are still working. And because the crisis, they are moving the business to try to find out a solution that can support the crisis. I know that there is a helmet that will be used, that is going to be presented in a few days, that maybe will be useful for passengers when they will sit in the airplanes to avoid the free seat that some countries are looking for, and other innovation products. The hotels, last year we received 4.5 million tourists, and the capacity was 56.7%, and is the best capacity utilization in the last 20 years for the country. We also have ground transportation and restaurants as part of the system. But as you know, we have the COVID-19 in the middle of the system, and the system is completely stopped. But if we want to start move, we have to think about what things were affected by the COVID-19. And this is why I'm working in my platform to find a new normal. And I believe we have to think in a different way for the strategy. And I believe we have to see the supply chain in a different way. Leadership, I believe we have to work to create auto leadership so that each one can lead by themselves to support the startup of the aerial operation again. And the cash flow, we believe that many of the airlines will receive support for start operations. But the main challenge will be to have the company alive when the operation starts. Because if you don't fix the strategy and the leadership and the motivation, maybe you will fail and there will be many airlines going out of the business. And on motivation, I believe we have to move from being reactive to proactive. And I have some questions for all of you. I'm going to let's imagine that you are going to buy a ticket to go to Colombia, and you as a passenger, or you as a businessman, or you as a airline owner, or you as a citizen of the world, what do you have in your mind as soon as you buy the ticket if you want to fly to Colombia?
Yeah, I think if you are coming from Europe, the thinking is, oh, that's a long flight. And which airline to take? I remember I was once flying with Iberia, but you can also take Lufthansa, British Airways. Plenty of airlines are flying to Bogota. And the question is, of course, on one hand, the price. On the other hand, it's always, I think, the perception of the passenger. I am a strong believer in everybody is responsible for his own doing. And the question is, do I take a plane, or I can also take a ship and try to get to Bogota? Yeah. And but if there wouldn't be a travel ban, I would love to come to Bogota, because in September, there is a conference in Bogota. I think there is the Alta Leaders Conference in Bogota.
And what about when you buy the ticket from an airplane or a ship? What do you think about your health?
Well, when I was buying a bus ticket in my life, I was never thinking, what is the bus company doing for my health? Because I think I hope the bus driver is not having an accident. That's my thinking. And I'm hoping the pilots are well trained to fly the aircraft. That's my thinking. So.
Okay. But so I want to share with you what I'm thinking. First, if I'm going to visit my son, I have to check my insurance to see that my insurance will cover me in case of something happen. But since if you have COVID-19, you will be in quarantine for 14 days. So when I was taking my shower a few minutes ago, I think maybe I have to check if there is an insurance that will support me in case of something happen like this, because it's not the same as going to visit a place and calculate 20 days and then come back. And at the end of the 20 days, you will have to stay 15 days more. So what money is going to use you to stay there? So this is my thought.
So I have to stay 14 days in quarantine when I'm coming to Colombia, or when I'm getting back, I have to stay 14 days in quarantine?
First, the safety protocols are working to avoid any people board the plane if they have any COVID-19 information in the body. But if you come to Colombia and you get the virus, you will have to pass to quarantine before you can board the plane. So maybe the insurance has to work on something, or the health insurance has to do something to support that, because health insurance will support you only for medical treatment, but not for living treatment. So it's something that I'm thinking about. And also, when I have been working with my platform, with the webinars, I listen from the passengers that they want to make sure that they are not going to be that they are not going to get the virus inside their plane. And sometimes you can explain that the airplanes today has different systems that will support you to avoid the contamination with the virus. But I understand that people have most of the problem in their minds. So I believe we have to help the passengers to remove the negative thoughts from their mind and to see the life in the same way as we have been using in the past. And also, when I was talking with the pilots, there is anxiety and there is stress. And the anxiety and the stress because most of them don't know if they are going to fly again. Because most of the companies are reducing and if they have to start, so those feelings are not good when you are going to fly, because you need to have your mind free of problems in order to fly safe. What do you think about that?
Well, hi, Daniel.
Hi.
I am a pilot for Iberia, and I fly every month to Bogota.
Hello.
So I know your country a little bit, and I love it, and I'm aware about the situation of Avianca in Chapter 11 already in the States. I hope they will do it great. If I fly to Bogota, of course, I have a free ticket with Iberia, but I would love to fly with Avianca with the 787 because I know I just flew once with the 787 to Canary Islands from Air Europa, a Spanish company, which is also flying to Bogota, I believe. And I know you have a wonderful country. You have been very, very brave. 2 years ago, no, with the FARC, with the terrorists, you were very lot of merit, no? That you were so kind, all the population to how do you say, to apologize, to stand, no, with the FARC people and to try to move forward. So I think you are a really brave country. And Avianca has, at least in Spain, it has a wonderful fame. I know people like the service on board is very good. Probably more friendship than Iberia. It depends on the people that you find. No, every flight is different. And you have new aircrafts. I love to see the 727 in El Dorado Airport at Bogota because I flew it, and your army still has it, and even the DC-3. No, the last time I saw a DC-3 was 3 months ago or 4 months ago, just taxiing at El Dorado. So I don't know. I have. All of us are the same. My company, as soon as Colombia opens and has no quarantine for passengers, they will open the flights. But still, Spain is closed. To Madrid is closed. The only place open, I think, we just got in phase 1 that they called yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know. I saw your numbers, and they are great. In Madrid, in Spain, they are talking about 40,000 deaths from the coronavirus. 30,000 officially, but probably it's 40,000.
We have 18 people, 18 deaths for 1 million people, for 1 million people. This is our statistic.
We have less population than you. You are 48 million, and we are 38 million or 40 million. And Germany has double population, 80 million. I don't know how many deaths.
83.
How many deaths do you?
8,500.
8,000, and in Spain 40,000. So it's 5 times. And I don't know. I don't know much about the situation for Colombia. Just what you said, but I know about the situation of Brazil, and Brazil is going to be terrific, I think, because they are still climbing in the curve. And I hope.
Yeah, Gabriela and Erika, maybe you want to give an update on that. Maybe Gabriela.
Hi,
Tim?
hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm Brazilian, and the situation it's getting worse here. I think we have 530,000 cases. today, and there are some states where we don't have a plan for quarantine, and people are divided, and some people follow the quarantine measures, but others no. So our public hospitals are the situation is very bad. But if you have health insurance, okay, you I think it's a better scenario. But if you need to use the public hospital, it's not a good thing. So the situation is
difficult.
very bad. Yeah, it's difficult. I have a question,
Yes.
Daniel.
Yes.
Oh
no, not
do
to me.
you know
Yeah.
the other? Do you know if was there any flexibility in the crew rules in Colombia because of the
Yes.
crisis?
We have a new regulation that changed the compliance requirements to stay active on duty. And normally we have to go 2 times a year for a simulator and for a checkup, and it has been moved to once a year during the quarantine, and because there are many different crew that has to retake the examination to be current.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, last week, Saturday night, I flew to Shanghai and back to Madrid, China, and Tuesday I had to go at 11 p.m. to the simulator because I had lost the recent experience. No, we are compulsory. We need 3 takeoffs and 3 landings in the preceding 90 days. So then I was for 20 minutes only for touch and goes, and then I was allowed to go to China.
I also have something in my mind that cross right now. What will happen? Let's say that the operation starts because you start to fly and you have to land somewhere and you have to pay the fuel. And what will happen with the company that is providing the fuel to your airplane? Are they ready to support you? They have money? What is the real economic situation of those companies, for example? Because we are talking about the airlines, but airlines are not alone. They have the people with the ground support equipment, the people that bring the fuel, the people that bring the catering, and so on. And if they haven't worked for almost 3 months, so how is the economical situation for these companies? Are they ready, or who knows? I don't know.
I think Daniel at IBS, they work with that, with the full coordination, which is the most difficult, at the aviation, So many inputs. It's not just aircrafts or selling tickets, It's a whole world. So Daniel, maybe you know more about that than anybody else.
We are working on all that. We are collecting all the data points at the moment.
Super. Oh.
Yeah, we are also doing virtual customer meetings, and we are also thinking about refresher trainings for customers who cannot go to work at the moment, that they are not losing their skills. Like you have a driving license and you cannot drive your car because car is broken, but at least you get some trainings in order to keep the capabilities and so on. So we support in any direction and fashion our customers, that they are ready and prepared once the business kicks off again.
Okay.
That's our commitment to our customers. We always go the extra mile, even with a broken leg.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, Daniel is allowed to say that he flew with a broken. No, was it a broken leg?
No, that's for me. I'm always saying the story because that's for me. That's for me always. Phenomenal. I was getting my induction 2017 from IBS, and the first phase I was meeting from IBS was Atulia. Atulia is from the training department from IBS. So she was showing me the room and all that stuff and so on. And on day 2 or 3, she was not there anymore. And another colleague was greeting me and saying, yeah, sorry, Atulia cannot come to work and blah, blah, blah. And she had a broken ankle. And the evening, she was writing me an email. Oh, Daniel, sorry that I couldn't come, but you know, I have an issue and so on. You know, in Germany, if you have a broken ankle, you cannot use your arms anymore because you are out of business. But in India, even if you have a broken leg, you can still write to your customer because you feel responsible and dedicated. That's why I'm always saying IBS people go an extra mile, even having a broken leg. So I
really something really special. I had her also for my introduction when I went to Trivandrum, and she's amazing. She goes every mile for you. Have an issue, if you want a drink, if you want something, she's amazing. She's a very special person. She's great.
Guys, definitely. I hope when I finally come to the point where I can go to Trivandrum, nobody breaks any legs or ankles. My desire.
She loves chocolate, by the way.
Happy birthday.
And they play cricket. That's the main thing you've forgotten.
No, but I've
never played cricket.
Video with Atulia that you have the face to the story I was telling you.
Erika, today is your birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
Thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you, guys.
To you.
And look,
birthday, dear Erica.
Happy
did I
birthday.
understand well? Or is Victor's birthday as well?
No, it is Marco's birthday.
Marco's 50 today.
Yeah.
Marcos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was your birthday as well, Victor.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh.
I have another meeting tomorrow.
And are you going to make a virtual party?
Yeah.
You can invite us. We'll sing a song for you.
Yeah. Not tomorrow. I will. It's impossible, but yeah. So we are only in the same dates, eh? Or
but maybe because I saw all the pictures you were so kind to share with us from your flight to Shanghai, and so maybe you can tell a little bit, because Iberia was bringing a lot of material to China and so on. So you are an active part of all these supply chain management and connecting the countries, even with closed borders. So maybe you have something to share with you.
I was gonna miss your answer, Victor, because I need to get customer meeting right now. So thank you all. Congrats, Daniel, for the presentation you just did, and enjoy the virtual happy hour. I have to drop off. Sorry.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, guys.
So Victor, when you were arriving in Shanghai, you were just staying in the hotel, or you were also going around and so on? Because only staying in a hotel?
No. We did 31 hours in a row.
Yeah.
We went 13 hours, 30 minutes on the way there. No, on the way there it was 12 hours, 30 minutes or so. We stayed at Shanghai 2 hours 40. We got 20,000 kilos of mask at the belly and upstairs as well in the racks and in the seats. And then we went back 13 hours, 30 minutes. We were eight pilots, 4 captains and 4 first officers to get a load, the extended time. And starting today, it has been more than 60 flights like this. But I'm just a normal captain. I don't have any charge. I'm just, I'm a raso, as we say in Spain, no? Just another one. And we have been doing like this at least 60 flights. And starting today, as China is quite quiet, the first crew is leaving. Tonight. Tonight they are leaving. First crew that they will sleep at Shanghai Airport or very close by, and they will go only 4 pilots, 2 captains and 2 first officers. They will stay there. Minimum rest is, I think, 10 hours. No, the preceding activity, so 12 hours it might be.
And now you have to stay 14 days in quarantine in Spain? Or you
No.
can fly again?
No, in Spain for cruise. Okay, Iberia is only since the beginning of March, we only fly to countries where the crew doesn't have a quarantine.
Mm.
If not, it's impossible. Then you have one aircraft and crew 15 days. And wherever there is not a reasonable risk. At this moment, all the flights, when you stay there to sleep, like in New York, in Buenos Aires, Montevideo, they are cargo flights or repatriation flights only. And then we stay the minimum time is, is the preceding activity plus 2 hours. I think it should be about 12 hours, 14 hours. And then the aircraft stays with you. My last flight to Mexico was like that. The aircraft stayed with us. Iberia didn't want to leave a cruise in another country where maybe the following day you were not allowed to leave or you didn't
to sleep in crew rest during the time you are parking the aircraft. So
yeah.
You sleep in the crew rest then?
No, because we have the full business class for us.
Okay.
And no, usually I prefer crew rest, but the crew rest. Okay, let's talk clear. I trust more seat. Okay, they have been clean. The crew rest. The women for the cleaning. She has to get in a very tiny room to clean and so on. So sure they do, but at the aircraft we were distance. No, every pilot had about 3 or 4 empty big beds. Around our business class is like a bed. No, it's like most of the companies. Like Avianca is the same, I guess. So.
But it was a great video you showed us approaching.
I love when the Chinese people are loading the aircraft. No. And it was only 2 hours, 40 minutes. They are great people, very professional, very social distance. To load an aircraft in 2 hours, 40 minutes at night, they came at least 30 persons. In the belly, they did the full load, and upstairs almost full. They use, the ambu lift. This when you have people with disability, they use the ambu lift in the last door, in door number 4, and then they raise all the packages, and they have a automatic enter. So they do a chain with people. The box.
How much cargo do they load then in the cabin? How much was it?
Yesterday was 27,500 kilos, but it's a mask. It was mask for kids, and dogs, all the cargo. So it's a lot of volume, but little weight.
It's more volume.
Yeah, like from Bogota, for example, we always bring 10,000 kilos of flowers every flight. Wow. We bring flowers from Amsterdam and from Bogota. No, is the 2 hubs. No. Yeah. It's a very powerful market, the flower market. I think it's better than the gold.
Nairobi, I think you get roses from Nairobi as well. From Kenya, that's also famous.
From Kenya? Oh,
from Kenya, Lufthansa flies. They had a freighter once flying BMW parts down to South Africa because out of South Africa they didn't have anything, so they flew via I think Nairobi it was, or Mombasa, to fly roses then back to Frankfurt. Any rose you can buy in a guy comes in the pub wanting to sell roses to you, you can bet they are from Kenya. Actually.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow. The ones from Bogota really. I mean, the crew, the stewardesses, and me too. Sometimes we always buy for ourselves as well. The bags, I don't remember now. ¿Cómo se llaman los bolsos? Los bolsos de Colombia, estos de colorines.
Hold on, Nena.
They have a very.
The name. I know what are you talking about. Mochila, we call mochila.
Yeah, but another name. At Frankfurt they are 200 euros, and at Bogota you buy them for 30 euros.
Whoa.
I have 2 or 3. I will look for them.
I don't know what you're paying 200 euros in Frankfurt for. I don't know. I don't know, Victor, what you are meaning. I don't know.
I can send you all of you one mochila when
you're on recording,
you
yeah?
come here to Colombia.
Yeah. I will look in the computer. Right?
Yeah.
No, but
Well, mochila's a backpack, rucksack.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a backpack.
Yeah, similar, but it has a special name which is very funny and very nice. I find it now. I will look for it. But anyways, there are very good bikes at Bogota. You don't even. Last time I was there, I wake up at 4 in the morning because you know the time change. So I wanted to go by bus to the Gold Museum, where you said I always go walking to Saken. I love that neighborhood. And then you need to buy the ticket prior to getting on the bus. But then the kiosks were closed. So then I was waiting, and the first lady who jumped on the bus, I explained her, and she told me, "Oh, don't worry, I pay for yours, no?" And she plus, no. And that's the people from Bogota, no. It's I don't know, I'm very happy always there. No,
Thank you.
very nice people. Mhm.
So guys, the hour is a little bit over. I liked it very much, Daniel. I learned a lot about Colombia.
Thank you.
It's strengthening my feeling that Colombia is a great country. So I hope the travel ban is soon relaxed, because Avianca, for example, is a customer from us. LATAM, Colombia is a customer of us. So we have very good connections to your country.
Okay, thank you very much for you all for attending the information.
Thank you.
And we can make also Spanish version if you like. And then we can also send it to all your customers in South America.
Okay.
So I'm now stopping the recording. Thank you, everybody, for this very great virtual happy hour about Colombia. And I'm looking forward to welcoming you again. On Thursday, we have Italy. Tomorrow, we have our cooking event. Maybe, Christian, you want to share some thoughts about your cooking event for tomorrow?
Had some invites and a recipe, and it is a very short dish. We will cook it around 30 minutes, and then we enjoy it together with a glass of wine and some talks.
But that's also something what you can maybe think for the future. If you have a typical recipe from your country, please let us know, because we are going to also expand this virtual happy hour 4.0, which is the cooking event. No, sorry, it's 5.0. 4.0 tasting, so 5.0 is the cooking, and that's something which we would also like to do with typical dishes from your country. So if you have something in mind, please let us know.
Yes, a cookbook for everybody. That's
okay. These are the
Wagyu bags.
Yeah, and you have even with precious stones, even you can get them. So and they are very, very fancy, and that's what I meant.
No.
Thank you very much.
Bye bye.
Bye everybody. Bye.
Bye bye.